Jujutsu Kaisen. Now I'm going to pass over the baton to Josh.
We've got Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 211, The Ripening. Last week, man, I was in my feelings, and so was Itadori, apparently, over the forced inclusion of Miss Angel into the now trio of Itadori, Megumi, and Angel Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Christians seem to think that because there's this plot in place that because Angel wants to kill Sukuna and Sukuna is Itadori, that's going to become an issue. But little does he know that is the crux of their relationship and is what will make it enticing in the first place. Whether we all want it or not, the result of last week can be boiled down to the fact that she's here now. Deal with it. Moving on. We get a blackout. We get a picture of Japan. Yeah, Chris loves it. Chris loves it. Yeah.
What do I love?
You love that she's on the crew now, and that was my whole boil down of the entire chapter last week.
She's a cool character.
That's what happened last week.
Oh, honestly, I hope she replaces Nobara. I hope she replaces her fully.
I bet you do. I bet you do. You never liked Nobara.
I hope they never think about Nobara again, and they only think of Angel.
and you hate that she likes Smash Bros.
I don't even know why you have an attitude about this. You have the attitude about the weirdest things.
Yo, so anyway, moving forward to the chapter at hand. We see Japan in its longness. And we see, I guess, all the different colonies start to light up. I believe that's what's happening. And I think outside and around the colonies, people are seeing weird shit go down. Like, I guess the sky's getting brighter, I think that's what's happening. Like, maybe it's nighttime and the light's coming out of nowhere. That's why it's, like, surprising to them. It's just weird. It looks like in some places it's getting darker and in some places it's, like, lighter.
I'm wondering if that's, like, the barrier.
It doesn't feel... What?
I think it's, like... Is that, like, the barrier of the culling game? That's just, like, widening?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because that's crazy. He's just dragging people into the culling game.
Is that what's happening?
I think so.
Right. They said something. One of them was like, "Something don't feel right. The air is super dry." And he's like, they was trying to see if they the air filter was fucking broken. And then I guess I don't know, something activates, and he starts feeling shivers. And they're like, oh, what happened? I don't know. It's not very clear, but shit is popping off in Japan right now.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
So then we cut to the 16th at noon. My frame of reference is completely shot, so that means nothing to me. That it's the 16th.
It's the present, basically. It's like, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
The present, maybe whatever. Look, and we get to see Megumi. We haven't seen her in a minute.
Maki.
Who did she fight against? Maki. I said that. Wow. Who was the last person Maki fought?
The the speed one that became a curse.
Yeah.
Her cousin. She fought her again.
Right after. Right. She was right after Okotsu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. They got into a wicked fight. Matter of fact, I think that was also after Mr. Rishi.
Yeah. It's after Rishi.
Yeah, that is his name now and forever in New Jump City. It is what it is. So anyway, cutting to the conversation, and Maki's just filling him in, like Itadori Megumi, on like what's going on. He's like, look, so we got all the points we needed and shit, but Kenjaku won. What can I say? He got the Tenjin. He could control the barrier. He's gonna put the world in a cursed barrier. and it's gonna be fucking wild. Are you guys ready? That's not what she says, but essentially. Then we cut to, I guess, like what Maki heard from Choso, which was that, you know, they fucked the pack up. Maki's dead. I mean, not Maki. Yuki's dead. Noritoshi Kamo is alive. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
And Maki goes on to say that Tsukumo is the same rank as Yuta, yet she lost despite working with a death painting womb and Tenjin. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that. I mean, she was on the same level as pretty much like Yuta and Mr. Rishi. So, and they're not that far, I guess, technically from Gojo, right?
Nope.
Right. And Gojo can deal with Kenjaku. No problem. Because he can.
Yeah, Gojo's a special case among special cases.
Sure. Even amongst other series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think Aizen would be that big deal for him, but I don't want to get derailed. They start to. It's funny because as she's talking to them, they start to notice, like, yo, she changed. I mean, her face is barbecue, but that's not it. There's more. She has a certain cadence, and it's crazy because I don't know if they met her before Heavenly Restriction, but it's the fact that she's like in the zone now after that fight, and she's so comfortable after that sumo match that they're noticing that. I think that's nice. It's a nice little touch.
Yeah.
Maki has changed in just a few days. What's happened? Right? Like, Jesus. I never see such a quick turnaround. Oh, man. And then and I'm sure this got Christian Espinal he's my co-host, by the way.
Me.
He got so giddy reading this part because I don't know
about giddy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I don't know about giddy. Why are you mad at me all of a sudden?
Bro. So Itadori's like, oh, all right. Then why hasn't the merger started? And then Karusu,
oh my
the
God,
already chosen one, says sorcerers can probably resist the merger with cursed energy. So nothing's happening in the colonies, but it may have started outside. Well, you know what? That's a great fucking point. Would have been nice if Nubaru said that. And, you know, Megami says something too, but who gives a shit? Karusu said something. All right, I'm going to stop now.
Why are you so bad?
That was my little tirade.
We're supposed to be on the same team.
Space, right? And you know, it doesn't stop. There's more.
She is a character in the series, Josh. She needs to talk.
No, she doesn't. Listen, I'm gonna save the energy because there's more later.
Okay.
Then they start breaking down this whole rule shit, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm just gonna read to you straight from this.
I can summarize it.
All right, go ahead. I wanted to make sure we was all on the same page.
Okay,
but go ahead, Chris.
It is a lot of dialogue, to be fair, but basically what they're trying to deal with is they handled the first rule, right? The transferring of points. That's what Itadori did when he fought Higuruma. He managed to get a thing that allows people to transfer points between each other, so they technically don't really have to kill people to get points, and they can pass points to Tsumiki, so she wouldn't die immediately.
Right, or have to kill people to do it.
Exactly. And now it's it's basically the matter of the next two rules they wanted to add, which is the entry and exit out of the colonies and communications across colony borders. And it turns out there's no technical rules to communicating between borders. There is just kind of or traveling between them. There is just kind of a barrier that's there that they need to break in order to travel between them. So instead of adding a rule that allows for people to travel between colonies, there is a theoretical barrier that they can break using Angel's abilities that will allow them to cross between colonies without worrying about it.
Without having to waste their points on making that a rule.
Yeah. So At that point they still have Ui Ui and Mei Mei as the communicators between barriers somehow. So they don't really need to worry about that. What they really want to prioritize now is the fourth rule, which is the ability to allow players to leave the game. And basically, they want to test it out to see if Kogane will let them do that. And Kogane says, no, you can't just allow people to leave the game because it conflicts with rule number 7. The 7th rule, I don't really remember what it was, but Kogane is like, no. So they tried to negotiate a way around it. And the culling game, Kogane has a suggestion. They basically say that you can leave the game by expending 100 points to invite a player to substitute. Well, right. Actually, Megumi puts forward the idea first is like, okay, so how about letting people leave if they substitute with somebody? And he's like, well, you can spend 100 points to substitute somebody. They'll allow that. And Itadori is immediately like, no problem. But Megumi's like, no, shut up. Because it wouldn't change the amount of players, and it'd still require about the deaths of at least 20 other people to get the 100 points to begin with. So, and Megumi notices that that's also contradictory to Rule 7 about long-lasting effects, but Kogane doesn't give a shit because Kogane is not playing for them. It's within the interest of the calling game to build cursed energy, so I don't think it's going to do anything that will derive it. So then that's when Megumi's like, fine, we'll do that rule where you make 100 points, you give 100 points to substitute somebody into the colony. So I don't know if you want to take it from here, Josh, or I can finish it. I don't mind it.
No, I was actually just reading some of this shit too, just to kind of get refreshed. I mean, I get the point. I'm gonna say this. Where I really got confused was okay, so this is what was denied, right? What about a rule allowing players to leave if they invite a new player into the colony as a substitute? No, he denied that because I don't understand why it was denied other than like, oh no, that's too easy. So we're gonna make you have to charge points. Why? Yeah,
because then you would still have to get points from other people. You would still have to fight and kill people to get points.
And which is why they said that's the right about. So I don't remember what Rule 7 was, but it says the culling game's objective of killing works against its own continuance. Interesting. Whatever. Point remains, but I guess we can move forward. I'll finish up the last little bit that's left. Right. So a player has added a rule. So now they mentioned Rule 11 that a player can leave the game by expending 100 points to invite a new player into the colony as a substitute. And then now it's finally time to bring Tsumiki over, which was essentially one of the main goals to rid his sister from the colony, which is fucked up because it's like, all right, obviously they want to save everybody, right? But he's like, but for sure, my sister first. And then that became a main objective of everybody. I don't know. Kind of shiced. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but they're definitely not acting in the interest of everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, they never said they were heroes. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Well, fair enough in that context. They're not great people, though. No. Itadori is the only one, but he didn't say anything. He's just like, yeah, save your sister first. It's less degrees of separation.
Yeah. Well, right. I think Tsumiki is immediate danger because she could die. She could die much sooner than people who are just in the culling game. Because of various things. Her not having the points and also her not entering the colony.
Right.
Like she has to come into a barrier. That's why they're bringing her there in the first place. Itadori brings that up. He's like, wait, why don't we just give her the points
right
from afar? It's like no.
Send it to her from...
Yeah, the first rule states that like she has to come in and declare herself a player or she'll die, basically.
Right, so they could have did that and thought she was good. And then 19 days later, or however many days left. Right. So that was the point of that. Okay. Right. The longer we hold points, the more inviting we are as targets. So we need to make it right. So they're basically just trying to essentially say like this: we have every intent to bring her in here and spend these points.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most logical solution. Makes a lot of sense. Right. And she said, Maki mentioned something about that she can't come with her because she doesn't have curse energy because the barrier doesn't recognize her and that they get separated upon entry. That's really interesting. I'm not even gonna act like I know exactly how that works, but maybe we
Yeah.
could save that.
Yeah. Well, sorcerers that have entered were moved across the colony at random. But people like
Oh,
her,
that was the point.
yeah, but people
Right.
like her who don't have cursed energy, they just end up in the barrier
Yeah.
where they entered.
Right. And then the sister would just disappear from her grasp regardless.
Exactly.
Okay. which is why they say that, that happened to us for Chris Energy, and he says you need a parachute. She's like, what? And it's true because he got launched out of the fucking sky. That's crazy. So then we cut to the 16th at 3 p.m. So this is a few hours later. Okay, now the timing is helpful. So someone's talking about, can I strike a plea bargain about time? What? Okay, basically we're just Tsumiki. They're planning on making that trade over with Tsumiki, but this other character, his name is
Ijichi.
Ijichi. I don't remember him.
He's like
You
the
guys?
assistant car driver. I'm rereading Jujutsu Kaisen, so I remember some of these guys.
He's Gojo's driver.
Yeah, he's like that assistant driver
Yeah.
guy.
And I remember he asked him to leave out the car, and then he ran into the magma guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he caught him randomly on the fucking countryside. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny, but he gets this little story about how he was like, "Look, I was thinking about becoming a sorcerer," and Gojo straight up was like, "Don't, you're gonna die, and if you keep going, I'm gonna just smack fire out your mouth." So he said, "Bet, I'm gonna choose a different career." And he says, "How man, like that really saved his life." So yeah, we're all pulling for him. And then as they walk through the barrier, his sister actually appears right in front of them. That was so random. Like, wow, what are the chances? Yeah, right. He even says you got good luck, and he's like, "Oh, pleased to meet you. Yeah, same here. I'm Itadori." Yeah, all right. It makes a lot more sense why he's acting so reserved. But
Yeah.
I'll get to that. So yeah, we noticed that Megumi is a little bit reserved, and he's kind of always like that in general, kind of edgelordy.
Mm-hmm.
Not edgelordy, kind of. Was there a better word for it? Sulky. I guess.
Sulky.
Sulky.
Yeah, sullen.
Antisocial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Introverted.
Right. And then like the greatest moment of this chapter for Christian, by the way, not
honestly,
Josh,
it was.
happened
I actually was kind of like taken by surprise.
when Itadori and
oh
Angel
no, not with Angel.
up.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I thought you meant the
when
twist at the
Itadori and
end.
Angel off screen, like kind of like I guess got cool and got over the fact that they was mad at each other and shit. And now they're like cracking jokes and they're being super familiar about Megumi. Like Itadori's Megumi, like Itadori knows Megumi like that, but Angel don't. But she acting like she do. And it's lovely. In the opposite way of that.
It's the opposite way of lovely.
Yes.
So it's not lovely at all.
I said it like that on purpose.
Oh, cool.
Anyway. Right. So they make that little point transaction and they transfer the points over to Megumi's sister. Right. And he's like, right, now you can make a substitute. So go ahead and tell her. And then his sister's like, Kogane, add a rule, allowing entry and exit across colony borders. And they're like, huh? And he's like, yo, who are you? So all right, that's the end of the chapter. Now we're finally finished. So before Christian gets his thoughts, man, he definitely noticed something was off. But I think he just had no real, like...
No.
Yeah, he had no idea why he was feeling that way. So he probably thought it was just him being, like, paranoid or something. That was crazy. I mean, the fact that she ended up right in front of them too. Who is she? Who is she?
Yeah.
Is she a clone too? Is she from a magic experiment?
Yeah, she's the clone of Luffy's mom, probably.
Yeah. Brian. Brian.
I think he's got his headphones off.
Brian.
Brian.
You
Hello?
were right about your theory. You were so right about your theory.
Of course I was.
That it spilled over into Jujutsu Kaisen.
Where Tsumiki is a clone. That's what we're saying right now.
Yeah, Tsumiki is a clone of Luffy's mother, and or probably also Big Mom, because
Both
why
of them.
not? So is Julie Bonnie, and that doesn't make sense. So we'll say her too.
Anyway,
She doesn't give Big Mom at all. I'm sorry, like not even a little bit. Where'd you guys see that shit on YouTube somewhere or something?
no, because
Like
she.
on
She's got
a
like
Reddit thread.
She eats. You know, she's a big eater,
So,
just like Big
Who's
Mom.
Luffy?
Yeah. I don't know.
There's a lot of characters.
I see it. I buy it. She has.
Nah, yeah, I was like.
She has pink hair.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
say.
Big Mom.
I didn't say all that.
Huh?
I didn't say
She has
that's.
pink hair.
I said I could see that. She's got pink hair, just like Big Mom does.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, excuse me, anime watchers.
Mm.
I guess you guys are that much better than me.
She has the
Maybe look up some color
same
pages.
eye color as her as well.
Maybe look up some color
Oh,
pages,
God.
Josh, not just anime.
What colors her eyes?
I have no clue.
Anyway, this is Jujutsu Kaisen coverage, all right? Let's not start getting salty and spicy over here for no reason. Just because you're mad about the angel.
Okay.
You're letting your anger
Yeah,
bleed
I'm
over into
projecting
other
what
things.
else is new.
All right. Well, I guess I'll get into my thoughts. This is my really good chapter of the week. I don't know about you guys. But it's pretty up
Yeah, I'll
there.
give this my RGC as well.
Hey, Josh, where do you stand? It's not it. It's okay if it's not.
It's all right. The honesty is that I have no idea what it is.
Mm.
Mostly because I read it all today. How do they do it?
Yeah.
How do they have this time to synthesize their thoughts in such a short time?
Who, me?
No, everyone else that covers manga. Like, damn it, they do it so quickly.
Well, they just.
Do they smoke weed?
They
Do
probably
they have
read
a 9 to
the
5?
Well,
probably read the unofficials and then read the officials.
yeah, because theoretically these chapters came out Wednesday, so they had time.
Yikes. Well, like I said, I'm done being a hater.
Yeah. Well, I really like this
Well,
chapter a
Kaiju
lot.
number 8's art is really good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, this is me and Brian's really good chapter at least.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
It was really tough for me. I really liked One Piece this week, quite a bit, but this really took me for a loop. It was mostly for the twist at the end was pretty wild. I had to read this chapter a couple times, you know, as you do in most Jujutsu Kaisen chapters with a lot of explaining of the rules in the world. You have to like kind of do a deep dive and really understand what you're talking about here. But the thing about Tsumiki is, and this just like comes from my rereading of Jujutsu Kaisen, is that like we don't see her a lot. She's actually comatose for 90% of this series, and that's probably even being generous. She shows up in one flashback, Conscience, and she's like very nice and she's a good person, and so much so that that's like kind of a friction that her and her brother had, is that, you know, he thought that Tsumiki was just like acting super nice and being fake and whatnot. So we had no real reason to suspect her of any wrongdoing, and kablam, there you go. She's potentially a villain at this point. The whole point of this was to get her over here so they can kick her out of the game, basically. But now she made it so, you know, she's added a rule that allows entry and exit across fucking colony borders, which means like she knows some shit. She's in the know. She probably has curse technique of her own. She could probably fight. I'm not putting anything past her. She is a puppet master extraordinaire at this point, I guess.
So?
Huh? I'm saying that's a good thing.
Huh?
I'm saying it's a good thing. I thought this was a really effective twist. But I thought it was pretty rad. The explaining of the rules was cool, keeping the story nice and airtight as Akutami tries to do. Explaining every little bit of this, but I did enjoy it. You know, just them figuring out how to maneuver against the Kogane itself. Yeah, this was just like a joy to read. You know, a couple times, even though I didn't get it on the first run through, but I really had a good time reading Jujutsu Kaisen this week, and I can't wait for the fallout of this because I don't know what this means for the series really. The traveling between borders. I don't know who it would help. I guess beside like how it would help her specifically. But I'm excited to find out. Brian, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I'm a sucker for these kind of negotiation chapters for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my favorite part of the chapter was Gojo showing up. He's just like, "Yo, you fucking suck, bro. You should just quit. go do some other shit, or I'll fuck you up."
Right.
That was the nicest possible thing he could have done.
Yeah, like I fucking miss this guy. I miss this character so much. I just want Gojo to come back already. Gojo, Toto, just bring these characters back.
All of the O's. Bring all the O's back.
And I don't know, seeing Yuji and Megumi kind of interact with each other more frequently is pretty fucking awesome. I don't know, they just have a really good dynamic. But those are my thoughts for now.
Josh, what did you think?
Bro, it's always weird. Given my thoughts, I thought I covered the chapter, but I thought this chapter left a lot. Man, I'm really happy that we're getting one next week to kind of follow up. But man, this was such a fucking twist. Is the sister herself evil? Is it somebody controlling her? Is it somebody that's looks like her? Like, or using like a image thing? Who knows? I'm gonna go with someone's possessing her.
I'm gonna go with maybe she was evil the whole time.
That's what you were saying.
Didn't know.
Sorry, I kind of based off.
No, I mean I don't know. It could be any of those things. I agree with you. It could be any of those things. That's where I land on.
No, is that where you? That's where you was at, right? That all along she's been. First of all, I thought she had this younger sister that had nothing to do with nothing. Like if she was like this little girl. So she's a whole teenager. She's like right around.
Yeah, she's older. She's older than Megumi.
Wow. I'm embarrassed.
Oh yeah, she's older. Big sister.
That is embarrassing.
How? Well, you're okay. She's not in the series a lot. Hey, take it easy on yourself.
She's really not. She really ain't, yo. Well, anyway, yeah, I really wonder where they're gonna take it. And then the rules she added that sorcerers could travel through entry and exit across colony borders. So they were trapped in there before?
I think so. There's no technical rule as to like keeping people from traveling, but there is a barrier, I guess, that prevents them from moving from colony to colony. I guess where you enter is where you stay. And I don't know if there's a precedent of people moving between barriers unless they don't have cursed energy like Maki.
Right, then they would have really. That's why they would have moved around like nothing's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to see. Yeah, I guess it was nice getting a refresher on the rules. Because Jujutsu Kaisen could be one of those series. It was also really nice to see Maki again and how they noticed she just once again leveled up in the course of one mini arc.
Oh yeah.
Could a mini arc be 3 chapters?
Yeah. Yeah.
All it took was her slaughtering her.
It's like a mini maxi series.
Yeah, you could say that. It's like a mini maxi series.
Yeah, mini max is what, like 6 usually, 5 or 6.
Well, that's just like a
Max
mini
is like
series.
12, right?
That's just a mini series. A maxi series is like 12. Mini series
What's
is
a
like
mini
6.
maxi?
There's no. I don't think there's a mini maxi. I think you just.
Oh, I could have swore someone coined that.
Maybe.
Phrase,
I mean, maybe I'm bugging. I don't know.
well, I'm the one that smokes a lot of marijuana, Christian. So you know what? It could be me. It could be me that's bugging.
Hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the outcome. I'm sure if we had a poll, like we put a YouTube poll on this one, I think the people would feel like I was wrong on that.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, let us know what you guys think. Which one of us is bugging?
I truly don't have any more thoughts for Jujutsu Kaisen.
All
You guys said a few things that I vibed with. We don't support Kurusu in this bitch.
Well, speak for yourself. I for
we
one.
We have to be a united front.
I for one think she's the greatest character ever created. She's the greatest. She's the best character.
Very unfortunate, Chris. That's
she's
really
the best character.
Honestly, it's truly heartbreaking.
And you're incorrect.
To hear something like that from you.
Incorrect.
I have the incorrect opinion.
Mm-hmm. She's the greatest.
I'm objectively wrong.
You're objectively wrong.
Okay.
There's only fact here. I'm kidding, obviously. I don't think she's the greatest character.
You do think she's top 5 though. In shonen.
In shonen?
Nah, okay, let's stop. Those are all my thoughts. I swear to God.
Swear to God.
Swear to God. I can't wait to hear what you guys got to say in the comments.
Yeah, let us know.
I'm gonna fucking respond to everything.
Yeah, respond to Josh. Hey,
drop some knowledge. Be like, you know what, Josh?
You're bugging on Kurusu. Maybe that's what you're bugging on is Kurusu.
No, I don't want to hear it about Kurusu.
No, tell him all about Kurusu. Tag Josh.
Talk about Kurusu in the comment sections. I'm just gonna say eat a dick, bro. All right, I'm letting you know right now.
Don't be doing that. Don't be telling our people to eat a dick.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna write EAD.
Don't even do that.
No, you know. I'm gonna write something, and it's not gonna be that. But you guys know that whatever combination of words I put, it can be. I hope you enjoy your sandwich. Know what I'm talking about. That it's a cockney sandwich that I hope you enjoy.
A cockney sandwich?
Yeah, that's from White Castle too. Wait, it's Howard Kumar too. He's came from Guantanamo Bay. Wow, that's a White Castle. Wow, what a night! What a night! All right, can we move on? I need you to take the reins.
Yeah, let's go.
Clearly, my brain's not functioning.
Yeah.